Right. So hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. I hope you're all having a great day so far. You're all doing well, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you. I would like to say thank you first to everyone at the home office, especially to Kelsey and Nina and the rest of our amazing Forever North America team for inviting me here today. I am deeply humbled and honored to be asked to do this webinar for Forever North America. So my name is Belty Garcia, and I will be your speaker for today's short webinar training. Just a little bit about me. I am currently based here in Las Vegas with my husband Earl and our two cats, Aloe and Mochi. And my background is in healthcare. I'm a physical therapist by profession, and I have been a forever business owner and been in network marketing for 9 years now. And it's been such an incredible journey of growth. The past 9 years with Forever has been one of the best things that I've ever experienced in my life. And it's been such a rewarding journey. And I wouldn't trade this for anything else in the world. So let's get started with this webinar. I'm going to turn my camera off for now so you can focus on the screen here. So I hope that you can hear me well and that you can also see the screen. I came across this Chinese proverb about new beginnings, and I just had to share it with you. It says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You know, when someone new gets started with their forever journey, they are very excited. They are nervous at the same time. I mean, do you remember when you first started out in your journey? What was it like? How did it feel? I know that we all have our different stories to tell on how we started with Forever, but I remember my Forever journey started out at a big event when my husband Earl brought me to a super rally way back in 2012 in Phoenix, Arizona. And that was when I was introduced to who Forever was. I remember feeling the energy in that room with thousands of Forever business owners. I felt the love. I felt the passion and the excitement in that event. And I remember thinking, if they can do it, I can probably do this too. And that self-belief just took over me. And I felt like I can do this. And the rest was history. And so in my opinion, starting anything comes down to three things. First, preparing. Second, taking that first step. And third, continuing until you reach the end goal. So have you sponsored a new assistant supervisor into the business? That's great. Know that this is just the beginning of that relationship. You know, new beginnings and fresh starts are always exciting and maybe scary at the same time, especially for someone new in the business. For me, the new people, the new assistant supervisors, they are your most important people in the business. And as the sponsor, we have a role to play in helping our new assistant supervisor get to where they want to be. We believe in them even before they start to believe in themselves. So today we are going to go over some basic key points on how to set your new assistant supervisor up for success. Here are the 6 key points we're going to go over today. First, making the products a part of their life. Second, giving the right expectations. Next, getting clear on the why. Fourth, helping them understand what we do. Fifth, setting goals. And lastly, recognition. Before we start with the very first key point, allow me to give you this reminder when you are helping your new assistant supervisor get started. Keep the business simple. Don't overcomplicate things. This isn't brain surgery or rocket science. And many times we make the mistake of making it look like it is and overcomplicating things. Remember that the key to success in network marketing is duplication. It doesn't matter what works. What matters is what duplicates. Remember this. Okay, well, let's get started with the first key point, which is making the products a part of their life. It all starts with product use. The best way to get started with a business is to start using the products right away. Being your own best customer is the best way to start the business journey. Using the products in the beginning of my journey made me more confident to talk about it with others. It helped me build up my belief in Forever and in what I was doing. So it all starts with that first set of products. Let's say your new assistant supervisor purchased the Start Your Journey pack to start their business. It is important that you get in touch with them on the day they receive their products. I wouldn't wait for 1 week after. That would be too long. Remember that a quick follow-up is key. You could give them a quick call once they get their products. And I love making that phone call. It always adds that personal touch. Now, in that quick phone call, you can then guide your new assistant supervisor on how to use the products one by one. Better yet, you can even record a video of you talking about the products in the pack and have them watch it. In that phone call with your new assistant supervisor, you can just share your personal experience, keep it simple, share your experience about each product and how you use them at home. Answer any product questions that they may have. If you have created a product group on Facebook or you have one for your team, I would highly recommend plugging your new assistant supervisor in that Facebook group right away so they can be part of that community. And if you haven't created a Facebook product group yet, make sure you get one started right away. Make it a fun and enjoyable environment for the community of people loving the products. It's an awesome way to increase the retention in your business. You can also go to foreverliving.com and use the tools that are made available for us by the wonderful people at the head office. There are also product videos that you can share with your new assistant supervisor so they can get familiar with what is available with Forever. So doing all of these will ensure that your new assistant supervisor is set up for success by starting to make the products a part of their day-to-day life. The next key point is giving the right expectations. One of the worst things that a sponsor could say to their brand new FBO is, "It's easy," or "I'll do everything for you. Please don't do this." It will only set your new person up for failure. So my biggest tip for someone starting out in their Forever journey is that for the first 12 months, focus on learning and growing. Grow in your mindset by surrounding yourself with the right people, with listening to the right people. So instead of being so focused on the results, help your new assistant supervisor focus on doing the activities every single day and getting better at it. Focus on their daily method of operation. So for example, skills like putting content out on social media or doing the invitation or doing a presentation, closing, following up, bringing people to events or online events. Strive for progress and not perfection because everybody starts out low skilled in this business. So it's okay to make mistakes. Just of course, don't do them twice. And remember that you grow because of your mistakes. You can't grow without a mistake. You can't grow without a challenge. And so if you want to get better at a certain skill, I always tell my new assistant supervisor, learn it and then do it over and over again. And the more you do it, the more you'll gain confidence in doing it and the more you will get better at that particular skill. Remember, you cannot always control the outcome, but you can always control the effort that you put in. Now, the third key point is helping your new assistant supervisor realize their why. Getting clear on the why. Forget about willpower. It's time for why power. And when the why is clear, the how will be easy. You see, your choices are only meaningful when you connect them to your desires and dreams. You've got to want something and know why you want it, or you'll end up giving up too easily. So, what is your why? You've got to have a reason if you want to make significant improvements in your life. And to make you want to make the necessary changes, your why must be something that is fantastically motivating to you. So ask your new assistant supervisor, what is it that moves you the most? Because identifying the why is critical. What motivates you is the ignition to your passion, the source for that enthusiasm, and the fuel for that persistence. The power of your why is what will get them to stick through the grueling, mundane, and the laborious. All the hopes will be meaningless until the whys are powerful enough. So having this conversation with your new assistant supervisor will help them realize their purpose, help them realize their values and their why for getting started with their business. Now, the fourth key point that we're going to go over is helping your new FBO understand what it is that we really do. It's good to talk about the benefits of our business, the benefits of the network marketing model. Next is marketing on social media. And then lastly is prospecting and inviting. I believe that when a new FBO truly understands the network marketing model, they will take on a new appreciation for the business. Here are some benefits of the business that I have listed down on the screen for you. Here, the income is unlimited and uncapped. It's an unlimited earning potential. Forever doesn't put a limit on how much we earn. In fact, Forever wants us to make more. They foster an environment for us to grow and build bigger businesses. Here, we can even build an international business and earn international income from other countries that Forever is operating in, which is just an awesome opportunity if you think about it. Here, you decide your goals and the system allows you to achieve them. Next benefit is the low startup cost. Unlike with traditional business where you have to start with a huge capital investment, not to mention overhead expenses, here with a box of products, the Start Your Journey pack, one can start a business, be a business owner, and start their entrepreneurial journey. Now, the flexibility here is something that I really like in the business. You get to choose what time of day you want to work. I started out in the business doing it part-time alongside my full-time job as a physical therapist at that time. I did that for 4 years, and it was my choice to resign from my job and do Forever full-time after that, which is great. I'm now happily working this business full-time from home. So I love the choices that this has given me. And you get to choose who you want to work with, which is great. It's a huge plus. Sometimes in a job, you're kind of forced to work with people you don't like. But here, you get to choose the people you work with. You can also be your own boss, which is great. But remember that this business also needs a lot of self-discipline. There are also tax advantages to running a business from home. You can have the chance for passive or residual income. Of course, residual income takes time to build, but that is possible for you here in network marketing. This is also something that you can pass on as a legacy to the next generation. It's a willable kind of income. Now, the free travel opportunities are definitely one of my top favorite benefits of being in business with Forever. I always love working for the all expense paid trips every year. And the trips are always worth working for. It's an experience like no other. Trust me, I'm so grateful to have qualified for 16 all expense paid trips in the past 9 years, and you can literally travel the world with Forever. Now, lastly, this is such an equal opportunity. The great Jim Rohn said, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. I started out in this business with no experience whatsoever in terms of network marketing. My background, as I mentioned, is in healthcare. And yet with no background required, as long as you are coachable and you're willing to learn, you can be unstoppable in this business. Now, it's also important to coach your new FBO on the basic principles of marketing on social media. Now, social media has played a huge role in our business over the past 9 years, and there are many social media platforms out there, but my advice is to choose one instead of being all over the place. I focus on Facebook, so it's totally up to you. But regardless of which platform you use, it's important to be visible. And one sure way to be able to do that is to be consistent. When you're planning to use social media for your business, it's important to be consistent by showing up on social media consistently and giving this time. It's all about giving value to your audience. You want to inspire others, educate your audience, and entertain. And by doing this, you can then start to develop relationships because you've built trust with your audience by showing up consistently. Develop relationships by starting conversations on Messenger. So what has worked for us over the years is really to stay positive on social media and also to show my lifestyle, basically just a little documentation into my day-to-day life, allowing people to get to know me, to be able to relate with me through my posts and stories. So just be yourself. Just be you. Don't try to be someone you're not. People love authenticity. Show the behind the scenes of your business. For example, you working on your laptop, you driving to see your customer, you on a Zoom call with your team, and just have fun with this. One thing to remember, by the way, when you're talking about your product on Facebook is don't talk about what the product is. Instead, talk about what it does. Don't be too salesy or it raises resistance on social media. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. Now, the next point is prospecting or inviting people to take a look at your products or your opportunity. This is the lifeblood of a business. This is one of the most intimidating thing though for a brand new person. So you want to keep things simple. This is simply reaching out to individuals to ask them if they are open to taking a look at the products or open to taking a look at the business opportunity. And if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. I have a very simple script here on the screen showing you how to do prospecting or how to invite. The key to prospecting is knowing what to say, especially for a brand new person. Just taking action and then doing it. What stops most people is the habit of overthinking. So a good way to break that habit is to count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just take action. So the bottom line of our business really is building relationships. I think I've said this once before. So when you're prospecting, remember that it isn't our job to try to convince people to buy or to join. The goal here is education and understanding. It is always up to them to decide. We give them information so that our prospect can evaluate for themselves based on what they think is right for them. Always remember, you have a gift to give to the world. Our products, it's a gift. Our products, our opportunity help people. They are life-changing. And I'm so grateful I found Forever. And so when you get nervous, focus on that. Focus on how you can help them. Remember, you have a gift to give. Now, the fifth key point that we're going to go over today on how to set your new assistant supervisor for success is the power of setting goals. I hope that you are getting value from this so far. Now, of course, most people don't bother to write down their goals. Instead, they just drift through life aimlessly, wondering why their life lacks purpose and significance. And I'm not saying that committing your goals to writing is the end game. It's not, but it is the beginning. It is the beginning because without a clear target, you'll never hit your mark. And that's why it's crucial to learn how to set goals that are clear, measurable, and actionable. Goal setting for your new FBO is so important. It is vital because it helps them decide and focus on what's really important to them. Effective goal setting also lets them measure progress, overcome procrastination, and visualize their dreams. If you don't know what you want to accomplish, you can't create a plan to get there. And so setting goals is the vehicle that will drive you to your desired destination. Not setting a business goal, I imagine it like driving around in a car with no address on your GPS. So help your new FBO set weekly or monthly goals. You can even start with 5 case credits active, which is what we do in the team. Now, a better way to do this is to set activity goals. For example, set a goal of putting out content on social media every day for the rest of the week. or message 5 people a day, asking them if they're open to taking a look at the products or the opportunity. So set activity goals. And doing this is great because remember, you can't always control the outcome, but you can always control the effort. So never underestimate the power of goal setting. Now, the last key point that we're going to go over in this webinar is recognition. Recognition. When was the last time you received recognition in your job or in life? When you recognize your new FBO, it helps them see that they are valued. It helps them see that they are part of the overall success of the team. You know, everyone wants to experience community and belonging. And you know what? Sometimes that's the reason why they join the business. So by making them feel appreciated, recognized, and cared for, you are helping them accomplish those things. Now, don't just recognize the top producers or top volume makers. Instead, you want to recognize your new assistant supervisor for their, for example, first curiosity post on social media, or doing their first invitation, or doing their first or booking their first one-to-one. Think about this. In the normal 9-to-5 workplace, people are not getting appreciated as much. You're just expected to do things like be on time, work overtime, follow directions. Everything is always expected. So when you are your own boss, like you are in this business, you are in control of what is expected and you are searching for appreciation. It's human nature to want to be celebrated. So here are some things to remember. Give attention where it's deserved. Celebrate those using the system. Acknowledge effort. Offer feedback and encouragement, and be public about celebrations. You know, when you reward your team and you show them appreciation and you celebrate them, they are going to want to continue to do the right things. And you won't have to expect from your team. They will want to be celebrated. So let's get into the reasons why you need to celebrate your team and why it is so important. First reason, it creates and builds momentum and excitement. Number 2, it is going to show appreciation. Now, here is something you need to remember. When your team feels appreciated, they're going to stick around longer. When your team feels appreciated or even recognized for something they did good, they're going to continue doing it over and over again. When your team feels appreciated, it creates a culture of a winning team. And this will help you build a solid business and a solid team that sticks around. So there you go. I hope you got a lot of value from those key points that we just went over. Make sure you take note of these 6 key points in setting up your new assistant supervisor for success. Now, allow me to end my webinar today with a story. One day, there were 2 men fishing on a lake. One man noticed something very peculiar about the other man. Every time the man caught a big fish, he threw it back into the water. However, when he caught a small fish, he would keep it. This went on for hours. He would throw back into the water the big fish and keep the small fish. And the other man was completely intrigued by what he was watching. So finally, he couldn't help himself. The other man asked the other, "I can't help but wonder, why do you throw back the big fish and keep the small ones?" Now, have you heard of this story before? You probably know the answer. But you know what the other man said? The other man responded. He said, "That's easy. I only have a small frying pan at home." You see, that frying pan belonged to his great-grandmother. She passed it down to his grandmother, and she passed it down to his mother, and now it belonged to him. And the big fish simply would not fit in that small pan. The pan had no room for increase, and neither did the man. And it's like a lot like that in the business, isn't it? And I see this in many business owners. They limit themselves to what they can achieve. They have forgotten to think bigger and dream bigger. And sometimes this is born of fear. Other times it's self-doubt. Many times it's because leaders listen too much to the naysayers. I challenge you today with the same challenge I make to myself every day. What can I intentionally do today to make a difference in the lives of others? It is my belief that if we truly value people and we want to make a difference, we cannot just accept things the way they are. We must challenge ourselves to think bigger, to reach for that bigger frying pan so that we keep the bigger fish that are provided for us. This is the increase mindset. This is the abundance mindset, and that's the real opportunity. So help your new assistant supervisor think bigger and dream bigger. Zig Ziglar said it best. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Once again, this is Belle T. Garcia. Thank you for sticking with me until the end here. I hope that you got a lot of value from our time together. Until next time, have a great day, everyone. Stay safe and God bless us all.